is Faver, and we've lived here since 2007. Moved here from, well, our last duty station was at Virginia. I spent 30 years in the Army, so any place that the Army parked me is where I was like. What I'm bringing today is a 63 Impala with the SS trim package. I've had it. The unique thing about this car is I've had it since I was a kid. This was my first car. I had it, bought it in January of '70. It was my first car in high school, and I drove it through the rest of high school, through college, and into the Army until they sent me overseas. I knew I couldn't take it overseas with me, so left it with my dad, and I told him to just take care of it. I'd eventually get back to get it, and he and my brothers ran around in it. I think Daddy used it for a farm truck sometimes. When I got back, there was probably 20-year-old mud caked under the fender well. And I finally was able to get back and pick it up in 1992. So I started dragging it around with me my last 12 years in the Army, and drove it, did a little bit here and there, and finally when we retired, settled down, had a big enough garage to do it, started the restoration, which we finished in 2016. It was a body off, full rotisserie restoration. Not totally original because I put a bigger motor in it. It's got a 383 stroker. For those who know cars will know it's a small block Chevy with a longer stroke and quite a bit more oomph to it. And frankly, when I was in high school, I got tired of getting beat going to the drive-in every day for lunch. So I decided at some point I'm going to have a bigger, faster car and motor in that car. It's got that. It's got an automatic 4-speed with overdrive in it, which is wasn't available back then. And I kept all the old stuff. It's sitting around stashed away in case somebody ever wants to put a 283 with a power glide back in it. I did the interior myself once I got it back from the body shop. It was actually pretty easy. Of course, I had my young son to help me out.
Well, it's fun.
Yeah, it was kind of a project for the two of us when he would come home on weekends. But that's the story of my little car. I've had it forever. I enjoy cruising in it. I try to get it out once a week. It's just fun to go out and drive around. You get stared at a lot. And I enjoy going to cruise-ins with it. This year, not so many car shows, but have gone to plenty of car shows. I've enjoyed doing that for the past 2-3 years. It's just kind of a fun car to go out and cruise around in. It does have a little bit of a little more upgraded suspension. I didn't change the suspension. I just kind of upgraded it with bigger anti-sway bars and things of that nature to make it a little more drivable. For me, it was a labor of love. I said in 2007, and I had the car with me then. It hadn't even started the project, but I knew I wanted to get it restored. So I joined the Cruisers. I think it was probably 08 or 09 in that time frame to kind of get a feel for what was going on. Maybe I figured it might be a way to find body shops, reputable body shops, and mechanics, that kind of stuff, because I do a lot of the basic stuff myself, but none of the heavier mechanicking. So I was looking at the Cruisers as just a social and professional contact kind of organization. And it's turned out to be a pretty good operation. Over the past few years, every time we've participated in the car shows, the proceeds that went to their charitable organizations I thought was phenomenal.
If you had to pick one thing, one highlight of your car that you just love, what would that be?
It just stands out. I mean, it's red with a red interior, and with all the SS trim, it just kind of stands out. That bright red, you see it. And in fact, I've signed up to be an extra in some of the shows around here, and they always want the pickup. They don't want the red car because they said the red it attracts too much attention in a scene. So I'm just proud of it. The fact that I've had it ever since I was a kid.
I know that makes it special for sure. Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.